Okay, in this video we're going to cover how we can use the Snapshot tool, shown here as a little camera, how we can use that to bring information from several different sources into one spot to help make installation easier. One thing that we'll start with is we'll start a new page, a blank page. This one will probably take 11 by 17 to fit everything on it, landscape view. In this example, what we're going to do is some door hardware for a specific door. So we have our blank document. It's 17 by 11 in landscape. In our architectural, the door that we're going to be focusing on, zoom in, is going to be this door right here. If you notice how close we're zoomed in, and we take our little snapshot tool just to get a little clarification of the area that we'll be working with. When it takes that snapshot, you'll see that little blue flash. You know that it's taken. You can go to the document, and in the lower left hand corner is where the picture is going to be. So right click, hit paste, or you could do Control V. Notice in the other one we were zoomed way in, yet when we paste it, it's not zoomed in like what we saw. So this is a 1-to-1, so it's coming in at scale. So that's just kind of handy to know for any snapshot tools that you're doing, that you're not losing your scale when you bring it in. Of course, you can change the scale, make the picture larger or smaller the way that you want to see it. So here what we have is the door. Let's go ahead and highlight it so no one's confused which door we're focusing on. But people who are familiar with the building would recognize hopefully this area and know that that's the door that we're looking at. We have some electrical requirements. So again, we'll zoom in to the area that we're looking at. It looks like we're going to need some sort of electrical rough-in. And so we can take our snapshot of that, zoom in, just kind of grab it. Let's go to our document. Let's paste it in again. And on our systems page, on our electrical systems page, this gives us a little more information, CR, L, and D. If we don't know what those are, we'll be getting to that in a moment. So again, do the camera and bring it again. Let's paste that. That's looking good so far. Now, what do all these symbols mean? We can quickly go to our electrical sheet and look in here on the power. I remember the junction box, and looks like a push button. So let's grab that real quick and bring it in. Let's paste that right there. Oops. So now we can scoot down. You can move these any way you need. Let's go back to our sheet again. I remember CR, so there we go. And let's take a snapshot on that. Bring that in. And paste that. So you notice how it kind of lines up. So, you know, it's just kind of a handy, nice looking feature. And there's a lot of door hardware on this one. This one's a pretty complex one. So let's go to our hardware schedule. That was door 1E203A. Hardware set 437.10. I've already looked that up. That's on page 26 of this one. And so on this one, it is 1E203A is taking up the whole page. Typically, all of our hardware is, you know, smaller, doesn't take up the whole page, but this one's pretty complex. So let's just take this information. Don't need the whole page, just the hardware set to know that we've got it there. Come back to our document and paste it. It's kind of out in the left space for right now. And this one even goes on to 2 pages, so we need to capture this information as well. Let's get it right there. Go back to our document and paste it. Now we can start kind of making some sense of this, getting it onto our paper, maybe to make some sense. So looks like we need to resize things a little bit. We don't need this quite so large. We can probably bring this down a little bit. This one not quite so large, bring it down a little bit. our electrical is right here. That's probably what we're focusing on. And here's our door. This one's getting a little too large. We can shrink it down a little bit. People can still read it. Bring it in there. This, somewhat line it up, make it look good. Let's give it a text box so we know that this is door 1E203A. Let's go format that real quick. Let's make that font 28. That's good enough for now. You can auto size the text box so it's a little bit smaller. If you had borders on that, that would probably be pretty good, but since it doesn't have a border, it's not real important. Another thing, just to make this thing pop off the sheet, maybe help someone, let's do a couple little highlights. Right now we're selected on yellow, so let's just say that these push buttons there. Let's try a different color. Let's say a blue for maybe the card reader. And we missed that other one. There was one down there. For this instance, we'll just put that right there. And then you might have some other ones. Green for the L. Door lock strike. And then we also had the D. I'll just keep that the same color, the D right there. Say power, junction box. We've got a junction box right there. So that's a real quick and easy way just to make this, bring all the information into one sheet. If you kind of remember, what we did is we took information from the architectural sheet, from electrical sheet, from the system sheet, from the electrical cover page, and then from the hardware schedule, which was on two different pages. So we've brought information from 6 different locations onto one sheet. So hopefully that will give you a good idea of a good way that you can use Snapshot to help bring information together.